Alright, welcome. This is episode 4 of Player Focus, and we've actually got a very special guest today who turned up for Virtua Fighter and won here today. Competed in Evo as well, right?
Yep. That's right. Made top 16.
Made top 16 for Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown. Yep. We have Jide.
Some people.
So Jide, man, tell me about yourself.
Been playing VF4 competitively now. I've been playing VF since like VF4.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty much competitively. That was almost 10 years ago now.
Jeez.
I think when I started. I think I started around when I was 18 or something like that. And I just got it for PS2, just to practice a lot, and then realised it was like an offline scene.
Oh, okay.
So then I think they used to do it at Game Focus, the game shop.
Oh yes.
Yeah, downstairs. Yeah, they used to do like little ranking battles there, and that's pretty much where I met everyone in the scene and whatnot and stuff like that. So
okay, sounds good. So it sounds like you've obviously you've played VF4 and you've come through, played VF5 and just kept with it, really.
Yeah. I mean, we played VF5 till we didn't really play it hard, but because there wasn't much of a scene for VF5, but we played it hard enough, I suppose. And obviously like Marlon and Zero joined us in the VF5 era and whatnot. And those guys are still playing now as well, so yeah.
Okay. Alright, you recently you won LTG's VF tournament, and competitively, what do you feel like VF brings for you?
I think it's just the strategy and the mind games of VF. You know, the game 95% of the time I would say that the system, you can always know what's going on in the game. It's never feels like it's a random moment. And I think, but what you have to do is you have to play VF. I think personally, talking about it doesn't do it justice. I think you have to actually play and experience the mind games and whatnot and stuff because I know every fighting game has mind games, but in VF it just seems to be the most prominent for me. So and I've always enjoyed that. So.
Right, with the changes for the Final Showdown, now that you've played it properly, you've competed in a few tournaments for it, how do you think Final Showdown changes it from is it version C that the Xbox One was?
Yep, so that was VF5 version C, and then now this one is VF5 version A, which is the latest in the arcade anyway, so Final Showdown. So, but the changes were interesting at first. I think now if you want to get into VF, this is the VF to get into. It's a lot more easier than any of the VFs I played anyway. But it's not my favourite VF, if I'm being honest. But having said that, it's fun. Playing offline is it's really, really fun. And I think after Evo, I started to enjoy the game a little bit more. So when I first initially got my hands on it, I didn't really like it. But I think that's because it's a new game, new changes and whatnot. But
just that you got that original sense of skepticism about it. Yeah, I get what you mean.
I mean, but yeah, it's not my favourite VF, but it's still fun. I still find it fun.
What is your favourite VF?
VF4 Evo Final Tuned, yeah, for sure.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know
there'll be a couple of guys that do agree with you.
I mean, some people like VF3, some people like VF4, some people even like VF5. But I think for me, because of the scene at the time, it was more competitive. There was a lot more players as well. I wish I travelled more for VF4 Evo and Final Tune, to be fair. But I'm doing it now. This is sort of like my final swan song. For VF really, because I'm getting old now, and
I don't know, man. Regardless if you're getting old or not, if you playing games is more in your blood.
I mean, I'll play games still, but competitively, it takes a lot about you. Like Evo, I was all over the place. I was really nervous because that was I don't travel to many tournaments, so when I play in tournaments, I still get nervous. Even when I was playing Marlon today, I was still quite nervous, even though I play him all the time. So
I guess it's just the fact that the scene is now that there's something on the line. It feels the mind games are so different. The way you approach the game is really different.
Yeah. So it's just Marlon, honestly, because he knows me so well, so the matches are always going to be close now and stuff like that. But I mean, anybody's inspiring to play VF and stuff like that, I'm always available. The UK guys are always available to hit up and stuff like that on VFDC. So
that's good to hear. How was competing at Evo of Final Showdown? Because it was actually really, even though it was considered a side tournament, it was big enough to be its own tournament.
Yeah.
Explain to me, what did it feel like, and what experience do you take from it?
Because most of those guys, I know them on the forums and stuff, but I've never actually met them in person.
Oh, okay.
So it was nice just to meet them in people, just put names to faces and stuff like that. It was cool. There was 200 people, I think, for Evo.
That's not too bad, considering that Street Fighter Cross Tekken only really had half that.
Yeah, considering it was announced a month beforehand as well and stuff like that. But because I was originally invited to the launch party for VF, the Jide versus Fudo thing. Yeah. But then they announced Evo, and I thought it was more worthwhile to go because of the prize money. Because Sega said they were putting $16,000 into the pot.
Yeah, which is unheard of in terms of like Sega standards.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, well, it's much better incentive for me to go and stuff like that. So me and Marlon, decided to go. So. And it was fun. It was fun playing the Japanese players. It was fun seeing like high-level VF, in your face sort of thing. And one thing I noticed was that I gave them a little bit too much respect. In that, I thought they would outguess me a lot. And the case was that they were just human. They play VF.
There's nothing really.
They fall for the same things that everyone else does. So
the thing is, you can say that you make top 16, top 16 in what Evo considers like a world-based tournament. It's like if you consider yourself saying that you're watching high play, but if you consider yourself in the top 16, then you can consider yourself part of that high level play.
Yeah, I mean, we only had 1 month, and some of the matchups I didn't know. Playing Fudo was an eye opener for me as well. I thought I could have done better, but I was just really, really nervous. I was missing combos, missing easy combos and stuff like that. And it really gets to you because in tournaments, like, you miss that combo, it's like they can
you could have won.
Comeback, yeah. And I think I played against a Taka player called Juno Sif.
Okay.
And I didn't know the Taka matchup at all. And yeah, I ended up losing at 3-2 or stuff like that. But I mean, at most I probably would have made maybe top 8, maybe just about. But I think the Japanese players would have.
It's always hard to tell. But the thing is, it's different with Japanese players because they've had this game for almost a year and a half now. So it's like they've been playing on a version that's been non-existent to the rest of us, which is near impossible to get unless you're really paying for a really expensive machine. So thing is that sort of distance in terms of skill level or just experience with the game I could completely understand.
Yeah.
Because it's really difficult to measure how good someone is, especially when they've had the game for so long. So.
But that's the funny thing. Like, you can't even buy the arcade machine if you wanted to. They only allow you to rent it in Japan. That's how deep it is. So any other game, I believe you can buy. But Virtua Fighter, no, you can't even do that.
Sega business, isn't it?
Yep.
Sega business.
But we've got the game now, and I'm not complaining. I just want the UK scene to level up in Europe, and just like the Western VF scene, just to level up in general, so that when the Japanese do come over, we can actually give them a good match, and it's not easy prize money for them,
Yeah, definitely. Right, here's the interesting bit of this interview.
Yeah.
Right, what games are you looking forward to? Anything. This doesn't have to even be fighting games.
I think I'm interested in Tekken Tag 2, I suppose. What else is coming out? I haven't been paying attention. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I'm actually interested in that, actually.
No, don't get me. I'm looking forward to it myself.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you say that, actually.
I think it may even turn into a semi-competitive game. Who knows? If it's not broken or anything, I think they're really looking to try and make that into something that can be played at EVO, to be honest with you. So, why not?
It's got the support of Seth Killen. It's got, like, Clockwork working on it.
It's quite a few as well, yeah. So, we just think of anything else. I haven't been paying attention to other games.
Virtua Live 5, maybe?
Yeah, because of the VF characters. Come on, now.
Yeah, it's true. The amount of VF characters it's kind of makes you have this feeling that there might be some VF sort of VF Dead or Alive crossover eventually. Yeah. I know people get hyped for that.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably the closest thing.
Akane and Vanessa in the same team, yeah.
That's not bad. That's not a bad idea. If they put Go in it, I'm definitely getting it.
No, it could possibly be even as a later DLC. Yeah. Maybe it might be Sega and Temco Koei's way of keeping the generation alive.
Yeah.
So it's all good. Right. Non-fighting game wise,
I don't know. I'm just not a fan of like games in general that much these days. To be honest with you, I play very little, if anything. But I can't think of anything really. I'm not interested in the Call of Duties. Battlefield, the new Battlefield, I guess. That's about it, really.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. If like man's only looking forward to a couple of games, you're spending less money.
Yeah.
so it's all good.
So I end up buying these games and I don't even end up playing them. So I've got like a stack full of games on my shelf, and it's just looking at them. It's like, when am I ever going to get to play these games?
It's very intimidating.
So God of War Ascension actually looks okay as well.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
I like that there's going to be a multiplayer aspect to it now.
Okay, so like more peasant beating like across the board.
Exactly.
It's all good, man. It's like, in terms of like since like Final Showdown has dropped, like going back to the fighting game scene, it's like it seems like it's attracted a lot of interest.
Yeah.
You got like the events at I-46. You had.
Yeah, I'm going to be trying to travel to as much as I can, to be honest with you, this year.
you might as well put the effort into it. Really, it's like
you know,
you're not going to get any younger. So
exactly, that's what I'm saying. So and I can have the means to travel now, and I can afford it and stuff like that. So there's a tournament in Paris for VF if anyone's interested. Actually, I think it's on August the 18th.
Is it one of those Bushido?
It's called Fist of Legend. Or
Fist of Legends. Okay, I haven't actually heard of it because they already have like a monthly tournament that has like Street Fighter and Tekken and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you got involved in that, but
yeah, I believe that the France scene is like more or less starting up as well now. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. At least the game is moving. So, which is,
it's nice to see people playing, new people playing. It's just trying to hold their interest and see if they can stick with it, you know, because a lot of people have their own game to play, and then you sort of show them a new fighting game, and it's like they're interested, but once their new game comes out, that's it, they're gonna stop, you know. So
I get what you mean. Is there any words that you can kind of leave people listening with?
Maybe just a few shouts outs, I guess. I mean, obviously to Marlon, Jamal, Ninja, Optimus, Oggy as well, Generic, and all the VFDC really. So yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Still repping the audience as well. So not blatant. Right, Jide, it's been amazing having you here today. Congratulations on winning today. Congratulations on top 16 as well for Evo.
Cheers.
Hope to see you again at some point.
I will be down, definitely. Trust me. And thanks for having me.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good, man.
Alright, man. Cheers.
Actually, guys, we're signing out. This has been Jide, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Alright, thanks.